agreeing with this, and half of them saying, well, you can't do this. This is a young, innocent boy. I thought we'd reserve this punishment for only the darkest of wizards. And of course, as soon as Charlie actually understands what's going on, he throws a tantrum. And he hits one of the Aurors. Now, of course, that sways the rest of the ministers to believe that actually this boy is quite dangerous. And of course, they sentence him to have his powers stripped. So Charlie Fowler is sentenced to have his powers stripped. He's taken away to the dungeons. And overnight, he's waiting, he's wondering, why me? Why have I endured this life of misery? And while he's pondering his own life, he hears a few footsteps coming from down the corridor. Needless to say, he tucks himself into the corner, and an old caretaker comes in with a rusty tray, a few scraps of food. He walks in, he puts the food on the floor, and starts walking away from Charlie, and suddenly turns back round and says, "Boy, what do you know about your father?" And of course, Charlie immediately says, "Well, he abandoned me when we were young." And the old man is just utterly gobsmacked. He doesn't understand how this kid doesn't know what his father did, and so he feels he needs to tell him. He says, no, you've got it wrong. Your father, if it wasn't for your father, my granddaughter, she wouldn't be here right now. And so he tells them the story of his father when he went to Hogsmeade to help with the Battle of Hogwarts. And suddenly Charlie feels something inside himself that he hadn't felt since he was a baby, since he had his complete family.
And let's talk about that. The fact behind this is that everybody remembers Never Tonks, right? So Charlie is a metamorphomac as well. But as we know from Tonks and Voldemort's mother, for instance, she lost her power or willingly stopped using it. But anybody can lose their magical power if they go through a very serious emotional turmoil. And that's what's happened to Charlie. And at that point, he lost the capability to control and use his metamorphomic capability. Now that he hears the story about his father, he actually realizes that no, he wasn't abandoned or left behind, and his father did love him, and actually he was a hero who tried to save everybody. So it changes Charlie, and suddenly the magic bubbles out of him again.
So at that moment, Charlie's looking dead into the caretaker's eyes, and he starts feeling this transformation taking place. He starts feeling his bones cracking. He's starting to grow extra fingernails. His hair's going grey, and the old man is just... he can't believe what's happening. And of course, Charlie's not he's never done this before since he was about 2 years old. So it's not all perfect. He's got one dodgy eye, a couple of brown hairs, and needless to say, walks up to the old man, takes off his hat, pulls out his keys, very slowly backs away,
Locks him in.
and locks him in. And this is where our journey begins. So now Charlie has escaped the ministry, and he begins hitchhiking back up north to Manchester, where,